And a very good Monday morning to all of you. It's April the 6th, 2020, and it's about 9 a.m. when I'm recording this to give you an update. Let's make it 8 o'clock because I got the numbers at 8 o'clock. Global cases, 1,280,046, an increase of 63,624. That's the entire world. Global deaths, 69,789, an increase of 4,137. U.S. cases, 337,646, an increase of 25,041. U.S. deaths, 9,648, an increase of 145. Florida deaths, 221, an increase of 26. Florida cases, 12,350, an increase of 805. And hospitalized in Florida, 1,555, an increase of 85 over yesterday. Checking the positive cases now in Dade County, 4,146, an increase of 256. That's Miami. Broward County, Fort Lauderdale, 1,886, an increase of 124. Palm Beach County, 1,000, increase of 46. Martin County, 60, an increase of 7. St. Lucie County, that's Fort Pierce, 82, an increase of 6. Indian River County, Vero Beach, that's where we are, 55, an increase of 5. Brevard County, just north of us in Melbourne, 79, an increase of 7. Orange County, 713, an increase of 56. Taking a look at all of these numbers, you'll notice that fortunately we seem to be the lowest with 55 positive cases and an increase of 5 over yesterday. So we can be very fortunate that we are, out of these counties in the state of Florida, we're in fairly good shape. Here's the black and white numbers, and we're going to the news. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of news today. Have a great day. Okay, folks, good morning, everyone. It is a happy April 6, 2020, Monday morning, and today I have my Telluride, Colorado hat on, just so you don't have to look at my chrome dome. And as I get myself into position here, tell you a little bit about today. It's not a really big news day, not a great news day. Let's start out with the weather report first for Vero Beach. Today, about 50% chance of showers. The temperature will be 68 to 75. There will be more showers in the morning than in the afternoon. I'm recording this at, as you can see, if you look at the clock over here, it says it's, there you go, 7:07 in the morning on Monday morning. So that'll give you an idea what I'm talking about and when I'm talking about it. Tomorrow we'll have sunny, 68 to 80, only about a 20% chance of showers. And as we get closer to the weekend, temperatures will go up into the 90s. And then we get around to Easter, it's going to have a little bit of a cool wave, and it's going to be a little bit cooler on Easter Sunday weekend. Today's bad news. I don't like to start out with doom and gloom, but I'd like to end up on a happy note anyway. This could be the worst 2 weeks of this pandemic, says the U.S. Surgeon General, hopefully culminating in a leveling off or possibly a slight decrease in deaths. But the next 2 weeks could be the worst part of this entire experience. So sort of brace yourself, folks, for what we're about to embark on. All right, little good news. Some of you may find this good news. Some of you may find it bad news. My family was in the retail business in Pennsylvania, and I don't know whether they would have really embraced Amazon. I do. I think Amazon is kind of like the Apple products and the iPhone and, internet and all that sort of thing. It's just the wave of the future, and I think they're doing a really good job. I mean, it's incredible where they have come. There was a time when we sort of wrote Amazon off. They're hiring 100,000 additional workers to keep up with the demand for online shopping. They told their customers in the past couple of weeks that the paid subscriptions Prime service is facing a terrible, terrible backlog just because so many people are ordering. Now, that's sort of the good news and the bad news, and that is that they're there, they're available for us. They've sort of created their own post office department, so to speak, or their own shipping department, their own delivery service for that last couple of miles. If I noticed around here in Vero Beach, I don't know if you folks have seen it, but they have literally hundreds and hundreds of their own trucks least they say Amazon on the trucks. They may or may not be their own trucks. And some of them are actually Mercedes trucks delivering around here to where we live here on the beach. And if you drive down to Fort Pierce and you go down Kings Highway, you'll notice them gassing up down there at the Loves and the different gas stations down there, those along the interstate in the morning, and there are literally hundreds of them getting gasoline. So they're saying that this Prime delivery is going to be delayed. I went online looking for masks and couldn't find any masks until they said they wouldn't be delivered until sometime in the middle of May or June. We hope by the middle of May or June we won't be needing those masks. So they said that as resulted in some of our delivery promises, they're not going to be able to be kept, and they apologize, but they said this is an unusual set of circumstances. Obviously, as far as they're concerned, as far as Amazon's concerned, they want to deliver. I mean, if they deliver, they get paid because they've sold something. So good news for them is they're hiring 100,000 people. The good news for you folks out there who are looking for jobs, probably not a lot of the people who are listening to me here in Vero Beach are out looking for jobs and want to be delivery people for Amazon, but it has a little teeny tiny speck of good news for the economy that they're going to be doing that. And obviously the economy is in a terrible shape. Who would have believed that any of this was going to take place 2 months ago? None of us would. The Community Church of Vero Beach came up with an idea to give out palm fronds. Tradition is part of the Christian Holy Day yesterday, and they did it through a drive-in. People are lonely. People are isolated. This Scout Copeland, who is the pastor, said, even though we can't hug each other right now, we at least need to be able to look each other in the eye. More than 100 vehicles trickled through the Interfaith Christian Church parking lot on Sunday morning. And the ministers gave out little small envelopes, and there was a little prayer in the envelopes. And people drove by, and they looked at them and smiled, and that was a good thing. And they didn't have, and of course there were a lot of other services online here, streaming online. The church here in Vero Beach, I'm trying to think of the name of it. Anyway, they did their online service, and I noticed some of the churches actually did put in piece of cardboard with pictures of some of the people in the pews because there weren't any people in the pews. Once again, I'm going to remind you about the Indian River Clinic here. They are preparing diligently to stay up with the times right now, and they're trying to make their hospital ready in the event, in the hopefully not needed event, that they have rooms available for people should they become very, very ill. They would expand their patient care center in the hospital in the event of a surge in order to create additional capacity at the Cleveland Clinic here in Indian River County. And of course, I need to remind you that you need to get tested. You should get tested. And if you need to get tested, you have to have you have to call in advance to get an appointment to get tested at the Indian River Drive-Thru Clinic. It's 772-226-4846. If you look at one of my previous videos, you'll see one that we did specifically over there at the Indian River Hospital, Cleveland Clinic here in Vero Beach. But like I say, you have to be tested. They are open 9 to 5, 7 days a week, I think. So that's a drive-through if you want to go there. Also remind you about CVS. I told you this yesterday. I'll remind you again today. CVS is open all the time. They have free delivery, but it's postal delivery. And so it could be 2 or 3 days before you get your medications. If you're in need of them in a hurry, then you can call Uber, somebody like that, and they will be happy to pick them up for a price and bring them to you. I also want to remind you about Evergreen Private Care. I've gotten a lot of comments on mentioning this in the past, and I mention it again because it's very important. A lot of people who are listening to me, watching me right now, these are homebound folks, and they really don't want to get in their car, and they don't want to go out, and they're older people like me. I mean, I don't want to go out, and yet they would like to be tested. So it's called Evergreen Private Care, and they are in operation between Palm Beach and Indian River counties here. This is not for everyone because I don't know how the insurance reacts. I don't know if they even take insurance. It's not that important. If it's important for you to get tested and you don't mind paying a couple of $100, it's $125, $135 for them, plus the testing and maybe some other apparatus and so forth. It could be around $200. to be tested, but you wouldn't have to go anywhere. You don't have to go to a hospital. You don't have to go to a doctor's office. As I've said so many times, you don't want to go there. There's sick people there. Let's try to stay away from where the sick people are. And their phone number is 772-291-2990. So how it works, once again, is they have nurses all over the Treasure Coast, all the way from Palm Beach up here to Indian River County. And they dispatch a nurse to your home. And this nurse comes in and she gets online with a real doc, and they diagnose you to see how you are doing. And she takes your vitals and then checks your heart and your pulse and all that sort of thing, and reports to the doctor what's going on. The doctor talks to you. You can see the doctor. He's a real doctor, not one of these phony doctors. And then he decides what needs to be done. And if you're ill, he will maybe even prescribe some medicine, which you can get pretty quickly. And also do the test. So if you want to do the test for the COVID-19, they can administer the test as well. And they are open, by the way, 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. You can call them anytime. So if you wake up in the middle of the night and say, hey, I don't feel too good, it would probably be a really, really good idea to give them a call, and they'll take care of you. So the students in Palm Beach County, and in fact, all of the counties here on the Treasure Coast, the school has been suspended till May the 1st, at least right now, based on what they know at the moment. So you have kids out there, that's it. You're going to be doing your schooling online until at least May the 1st. Another most important thing that I remind you, I've said this over and over and over again, I'll continue to say it, you really need to take your temperature constantly to monitor your health. Taking your temperature daily is not obsessive at this time. When you're older and you feel like you have a little sniffle or maybe just a teeny bit of a headache, that's a really bad thing, because this strange COVID-19 virus sort of sneaks up on you and you don't really know whether you have it or you don't have it. Better be safe than sorry. Take your temperature. If your temperature starts creeping up a little bit, let's try to figure out what's going on. I think that's a really important thing. And I have to remind you over and over and over again, please, please, please don't go out. You don't need to go out. There's no reason to go out. Stay home. I mean, unless you are desperate for your food, stay home. And there are people who will deliver your food as well. As I tell you all the time, coming up next will be on my little restaurant segment, and most of you people have already seen that, but I'm going to put it on anyway for you people who just tuned in and have never seen it before. But there's no really reason to go out. And this next 2 weeks is the most important 2 weeks. Not trying to scare you. The more we stay home and we don't go out and interact with other people, the less chance we're going to have to come up with this virus and be ill and start affecting all the other people in our family or the people that are close by us. So please be obedient and try to do the best you can. That would be really a good thing. So next I wanted to say one more thing. I'm sort of a technical guy. And I don't know if you watch TV and you watch Fox or CNN, and they're doing all these Skype in programs and so forth, and the audio is terrible and the video is terrible. And you kind of wonder, how is it possible for a network to have such really bad video and audio? So I say to you, and I'm patting myself on the back. I can't pat myself on the back now, but patting myself on the back. This is Zoom. I'm doing this on Zoom. And in the future, I might bring a couple of my Zoom friends in. So it's being recorded on Zoom. And look, there's my little microphone right here. I mean, I don't understand why when they do those reports from people at their homes, why they sound so terrible and the audio is always cutting in and out and all that sort of thing. It's probably a really good reason for it, and maybe they don't have very good internet. Knock on wood. I have Comcast here. I have very high-speed Comcast. It works really well when it works. They shut it down in the middle of the night frequently on the weekends to do some maintenance on it. They seem to do it just about every weekend. And most of the time, it works really well. As long as it works, it's great. It's high speed. It's terrific. But I don't understand why theirs is bad. But anyway, just patting myself on the back a little bit. And then one of these days, as we go on, if this continues for a couple of more weeks, I'm going to take you on a little tour of my little room here and all my equipment and show you exactly what's going on. And as a matter of fact, if you look over my shoulder over here, I always have trouble figuring out where it is. See that little thing there? that's Classic America. That's my classic music channel, and that's where we were playing the religious music yesterday from midnight till noon. Well, now we just play light classical music, music from Broadway, show tunes, and so forth. And that's showing me there, and I will eventually show you exactly what's going on. But it shows you all the listeners that are listening to it and where they are in the world, and it puts a little dot on the map of exactly where they are, more or less where they are. Like, for example, in China, people are listening to us in China. People are listening to us in Japan, South Korea, Indonesia. It is just absolutely amazing to be able to sit here and think, coming from Vero Beach, from the condo here at Victoria, that people are listening to Classic America all over the world, and we can pinpoint more or less where they are, including my hometown of York, Pennsylvania. There's somebody in York. I have no idea who it is. I've said a couple of times, hey, send me an email. Send you a present, for heaven's sakes. Tell me who you are, where you are. I know where they are. They're near the York Hospital, but for some reason, I haven't heard from them. But I can see them there just about every day. They pop up. So that's what's on that screen. And there's a screen right behind me. If I said move over this way, see that screen there? Okay, that screen is where I get all my numbers from. And I'm going to do the numbers first today, but that's where all the numbers come from. It's an official place where we get all this information. And I'll remind you again that the information is still lagging by 7 to 10 days. So don't rely on that information to say, oh my goodness, the numbers were so terrible today, because it's an accumulation of numbers over a period of time. The numbers are right. They're just very slow in coming. So I'm sure you understand that, and I've said it many times. And I'm not trying to drag this out. So coming up next is going to be this little restaurant edition as to where you get food and what's opening and so forth. I did it in March, but it hasn't changed much. The only thing that has changed are the hours that these places are open. So you need to call them first to determine what hours are going to be in operation. Hopefully, maybe today or tomorrow, I'm going to change it a little bit and add some other places to it that have popped up since I did it the first time. So at this point, I'm going to say, have a really great day and stay tuned for the restaurant edition. Hi, everyone. Ron Crider broadcasting from the Victoria here in Vero Beach, and this is our beautiful beach. It is March the 25th, a beautiful day at the beach. We look out here and we see it's going to be about 80 degrees today. Hardly a cloud in the sky, and the beach is just as good as it can possibly be. I have assembled a number of restaurants. These are the restaurants that I go to. These are the restaurants that I like. If I omitted your favorite restaurant, I'm sorry. I only recommend restaurants that I go to. Doesn't mean I don't like the other ones. I just haven't included them in here. So let's start out first with absolutely my favorite restaurant in Vero Beach is the Tides Restaurant. Chef Leanne has done a fantastic job. There isn't a nicer chef in Vero Beach than Chef Leanne. She does so much for the town, so much for her employees. She keeps them working all year round. She doesn't close in the summertime. And she makes sure that she puts out good value in the summertime so people will come in. Many times she's operating at a loss or a break even just in order to keep these people who are coming up operating with her. And these people are standing by to take care of you right now. They have delivery. They also have curbside pickup. And they have great food. The very best restaurant in Vero Beach for at least the past 10 years. And you can depend on that. There's no question about it. If you want really fine food, would like to have a fine dinner, give them a call. Their phone number, 772-234-3966. Next is an interesting place called the Red Onion. It's over in the same area on the Ocean Drive. And there's their number, 772-492-8881. Great sandwiches, great salads. Give them a call. The Red Onion, 10 to 7 every day. Here is Cravings, a wonderful little spot, 772-231-0208. And they have great sandwiches and ice cream, and they're open. You're going to have to give them a call. Some of these times and hours I'm giving you aren't exactly what they are because they keep changing. Here's the Polo Deli, John Marks, and oh my goodness gracious, what a great job these people do over here. They've been around. John Marks is a living legend here in Vero Beach. He's opened up so many different restaurants, sold them all of which have been very successful. That's the Polo Deli, and we can go in and buy some wine. This is what you get. They have curbside pickup. Polo Deli is open from 10:30 to 3, Monday through Saturday. Just give them a call, come by and pick up whatever you need or whatever you order, and they'll be ready for you. Vines Wining and Dining, just another fine restaurant here in Vero Beach. I'm sure you'll enjoy it. Zandra and her family take care of this restaurant. She has a great crew of people, terrific chef, great food, and she does curbside pickup. She's open every day for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I say open, I mean you call and they will have food ready for you at curbside pickup. The number's up there on the top of the screen. Mulligan's, you're all familiar with Mulligan's, 772-492-6944. Really good stuff. They've been around for a long time. Curbside pickup once again. Also, as you know, there's all sorts of other delivery services available. Here's Ocean Grill. Love the Ocean Grill. Many people say the Ocean Grill is a tourist trap. Not so at all. It's a fabulous restaurant. I've been going to the Ocean Grill since 1961. I love it. The food is really good. They're open from 6 to 8 for curbside pickup. As I said, there's a lot of also delivery services that will pick things up and drop food off for you, as you probably know. You've been hearing me talk a lot about 5 Acre Farm. 5 Acre Farm has fresh vegetables. They're primarily a wholesale place, but they will deliver. 772-205-7144. They have their own fresh garden, fresh vegetables. Pull them out of the ground, stick them in a bag, and bring them to you. Doesn't get any better than that. You don't want those vegetables that everybody's been touching at Publix. Absolutely not. Here is Francesca's Italian Kitchen. It's an Italian family, had a bunch of restaurants up in Pennsylvania at Penn State University and also in Orlando. Terrific Italian food. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that. Curbside pickup. Obviously, the beach market here in Vero Beach, Village Beach Market. A lot of pre-prepared food there, and they're open from 7 to 7 every day. And give them a call at 772-231-2338. Here's an institution in Vero Beach that's been around for a long time. 2J's, 772-569-6070. You want to cross over the bridge like the song said? Remember Patty Page, cross over the bridge. Okay, well that's it. No more singing, Ron. Sorry about that. Anyway, that's my list of restaurants. It'll give you an idea of places that have takeout for you. Takeout and delivery. Some of the places deliver, some of them don't deliver, but all of them are available for takeout. This is as of March the 25th. All the times may change as to when they're open and so forth, so you really have to give them a call. That's why I did include all of their phone numbers. If you like this video, give me a like. Subscribe to the video if you'd like to get more like this. It doesn't cost you anything, and I'm not selling anything, and I don't get paid to do this. Have a great day.